So we're doing a bit of a video today, and it's going to be more of a how to make a luck tincture or a let's hope it works and fun stuff. The main thing about this tincture is it is one to help for prosperity, help for call for aid, call for a lot of things. This specific one I made for someone for their job interview. And as you can see, it's kind of colorful. That is actually one of the painted eggs that I did crushed up in my thing, and I'll be showing you how to actually make this. The spell that goes along with it can be interpreted differently to each person. You can code it for yourself. For me, it was more of a conversation with the deities to ask for their assistance. Yes, I am aware that there is smoke coming from my altar because I have incense lit. I have it on all the altars right now. So what you need is an eggshell, hopefully a blown egg, and if you have a colored egg, preferably green or a bluish green. This has a little bit of glitter on it. Mortar and pestle, because to break it up easily. A small jar. Moon water or stone water. You can either use whole dragon blood resin or the powder. I'm going to use both. And an oil. I'm just happened to using my dragon blood oil, which was made with the dragon blood resin chunk, and olive oil. Or you can use any oils you have or essential oils that you want to use. So what we do first is you say your spell and asking them to help with the prosperity of either a friend, family, loved one, yourself, how they get a job, or help with money issues. And you can crush the egg in your hand, put the shells within there. Again, do not do it with the actual egg, use an egg shell. And then you use the mortar and pestle to start breaking it up. While you're doing that, continuously ask about if they can help and what they can do, and if they can do it, and explain your reasonings why behind it. And everybody has their own reasonings, and some of it's to move up in the world, some of it is to help others because you don't like the plight they're going through, money issues, or protection as well, because the shell can be considered animals to protection. Take a little bit of the powdered resin, add it to it, and in order to get some off the actual stone resin, I always use my afflame. It is rather sharp too, because it is spell work, therefore that's why it's best to use the afflame. Be very careful when you're doing it. Because if you notice, I am also putting my finger on the sharp thing as I'm pushing, which has produced a cut. Never said you can't put a little bit of your own blood into this. Blood, sweat, and tears for magic, right? The reason why I need to make two is because I did the spell and all that stuff for Soren, but I also asked if they could help my parents. So I'm making two specialty tinctures, which for me, it will say 2 days on my main altar with Loki and Bridget, then a day on Poseidon's altar, a day on Hades' altar, and a day on the ladies' altar. Because I did not ask just one set. I asked all of what I have in my house. If you didn't know, this is rather important to us. Because it means if Soren gets this job, then I can do YouTube a lot more. I can use my gifts to help people. We can get the house we've been looking at. We can be financially better off. If my parents need it as well, because they're not in a good place right now. They're living off my mom's one paycheck to pay their rent. Uh, if it wasn't for the food bank, they would not have food. My father's job at the time that I know of right now kind of screwed him over. His partner got a broken ankle, and so they hired two replacement drivers. And when they hired the two replacement drivers, they kind of haven't given the other two work again after his ankle got better. So, and my dad was supposed to get his CBC license Monday, but because they weren't getting in contact with him, he couldn't borrow the truck to take it. So there went a lot of money down the drain for my dad. And also that same person who was his boss that ran the company also ran the tax company that is supposed to be doing my mom's taxes for last year in 2015, which my mom got an extension till next month. And also their taxes for this put in for 2016, which she got an extension for till next year. The person has not done that, has all my mom's information, has all of her stuff, has all my dad's stuff, and is refusing to hand it over. And so my mom's going to have to get the loan into this. So I want to be able to send them some kind of luck and prosperity and all this so my dad can get his old job at Penny's back. And so that things can go better for them because they're great people and all they have ever done in their life has helped people. And I don't like seeing them treated like this. So I want to give them luck. You want to make sure it's in as much of the fine powder as you can get. Obviously, because you'll have some of the layer from the inside of the egg that was a protector shell. It won't be as fine as some things. I was lucky that one didn't. Look at all that smoke. When you're doing this, talk about your wants and needs for it. Why you're doing it, even if it's to yourself. Then you take your jar, preferably a funnel, and you pour in the shells. You can pour in the shells first, or you can pour in the oil and water first, but it may be easier to pour in the shells first. You may not get all of it in there, because my funnel also has a little bit of wax in it, so that's my fault. Get in there. Yeah, you heard me. Get in there. Look at that, you have a little bit of wax. It should take up a decent portion. Using the funnel still. Take a little bit of moon water. This will give the oil a little velocity. Pour it in. About a half to a quarter of what's left. And then you take your oil. Shake it up if you have to. No cat. And pour it in as well until close to fill. You can fill it all the way up if you feel that's necessary, but you don't necessarily have to. Another thing for good measure, because I am paranoid like that, take a little bit more of the resin if you can, and add an extra pinch in. And put the cork back in. Shake it up. Shake, shake. And there you have it. Maybe a little more fluidy. But you have your spell luck tincture. After the spell is done, you can, or you get the answers to your questions or results happen. You can pour it out and clean out the bottle. Or you can keep it, take off the thing, and let it evaporate as best as it can. Because over time, some oils can evaporate. And over time, water does evaporate. I actually have to refill this moon water. Of course, you want to put all your stuff back to where it goes. And this actually goes back inside my altar. Along with these. They go in my incense part. like I said, you can leave them on one altar, or you can alternate them throughout all your altars depending on how many altars you have. Like I said, we have multiples in a house, so we tend to alternate them around. And it might get a little settled, kind of like this one, because this one actually has a little bit more oil than it does water. I messed up there, but it doesn't matter how you do it. You can have them rotate between altars. You can have them stay on one altar. Mine will be rotating through altars. So there you have it, a luck and protection tincture. In the end, when you're done, it's your choice to do what you wish with it. So you can bury it, you can clean it out, you can keep it for all time to keep your luck going, or to just hope it does. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Blessed be.